Speaking at the press briefing by Ghana Pensionier Scheme was management consultant for Pensionier Mr. Samuel Nkansa urged government to pull the improvement of Pensionier in consideration.
How much salary you are paid in this country. But the sad aspect is that having worked for over 20 years to 30 years in this country as a journalist, and then having implemented a 3-tier pension scheme to assist Ghanaians under normal circumstances. Social Security is now under the new law at 7/6 it's supposed to pay monthly pensions. And then the second and third, if you have joined the third, but the second must also pay what we call a lump sum. Is that what they find? No. When they showed me the statement was blank. Meanwhile, they send money into the account and tell them that, look, this is 80% of your money. And the question I asked is, what money? How much money? There's nothing there. In my investigations up to now, as we speak, I've been to MPRA not less than 4 times. No answer. All they tell me is that tomorrow we'll get back to you. Tomorrow we'll get back to you. As we speak, no response. Some of them haven't been paid. Some of them are not well. These are our mothers and our fathers. So whatever we are sharing here is just to expose the system so that pensions will be improved. Per the law, it says that lump sum should be paid by the second tier, but they are being paid in bits. They are being paid in bits. And where is the money that was given to them? Nobody is talking. Nobody is responding to any queries, which some of them I wrote myself. So these are concerns I have really taken up, and I feel that we all need to come together to support them. Look, you may say that, oh, I don't care, me, I'm young, 22, 23, but I'm telling you, 60 is not far. As I stand here, it's only my gray hair which is showing. My body doesn't look like I'm 60. It's because maybe I take good care of myself. I'm very careful about what I eat. But that is the reality now. Within a short time, you'll be out. And you'll be left alone. You'll be left alone. So I feel that it's high time we start looking at the area of a social security scheme in Ghana. If you are going to give money to people and not pay pensioners, then we have a problem. So just as I have dedicated myself to supporting them so they get their money, and as we speak, the money they are being paid secretly, they don't even understand it. I took one of their statements and it was blank. Because if I've collected somebody's money, can you imagine going to the bank and the bank giving you a summary? You have 4,000 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, every day you put money at the bank. The bank ought to tell you how much is there, how much interest you've earned over this period of time. There's nothing like that on their statement. So the question is, what is going on? Why do we treat Ghanaians like that? Do you expect the vice president to go and sit in office and work? He has given somebody a responsibility. They mess up, they don't care if his brother or mother or sister suffers. This is something I feel we need to look at and highlight in this country to save Mother Ghana and make everybody happy.
Ghana Pensionier Scheme called on government to honor its pledge to pay all benefits that is due to pensioners in Ghana in order to work out a pension scheme in Ghana. According to the concerned pensioner, Mr. George Ankara, it stated that in order for pensioner bodies not to be frustrated, there's need for government to look in their direction.
What does the law say about the tier 2? Is it not supposed to be a lump sum payment to be paid once and for all? Is that what we are seeing today? What is the 80% which was paid to some of us? And what figure is representing that 80%? What figure again is representing the 20% that is left? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, there are more questions than answers. We are therefore appealing to His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to honor his pledge when he said at the commissioning of the refurbished TUC Hall that he will ensure that we are paid all our benefits. It is our own savings. And Mr. President, it is quite some time now. Let your finance minister pay us and Ghanaians as a whole who are still working. So let's come out with the process now. Yes, we must work out a better pension scheme for Ghanaian workers. Our future with the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, by contributing a substantial percentage of our monthly income to the scheme per its laws. Ladies and gentlemen, you would agree with me or with us that most of we, the retired workers, especially from public organizations as well as the security agencies, they earn better salaries and pensions as well as corporate long service benefits than some of us who work with the public sector, for instance GBC. Unfortunately for us, the 2020-2021 retirees, one of the past governments decided to place us on what is referred to now as the Tier 3 pensions to ensure that we take home a substantial amount of money as lump sum when we finally retire from active service. Before the Tier 2 was the Cap 30 pension, which has been turned out, or which has turned out to be far better than the so-called reform Tier 2 scheme backed by Act 766, 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that when reforms are implemented, such reforms are to improve on the existing ones. But the implementation of the Tier 2 scheme has rather worsened the financial take-home or lump sum of we, the 2020-2021 contributors. We have therefore decided to throw some light on certain anomalies confronting the Tier 2 scheme and pray that the authorities concerned will address them as soon as possible. How come the officers who are due to collect more than 1,800,000 Ghana cedis are now being paid 10,000 Ghana cedis or less as NEET lump sum, or as they call it, the past credit? Media practitioners, under what circumstance did government put together the trustee companies or the funding managing company? Was any due diligence done? And how much did the government, Bank of Ghana, the NPRA, and SNIT release to these fund managers to pay with the beneficiaries? What investments did SNIT and the fund managers use our contributions for, and how much interest accrued from such investment? It is even alleged that some of these fund managers are using our hard-earned contributions to purchase cars and are renting expensive premises to run their businesses. As we speak, nobody, indeed no beneficiary, is aware of how much each of us is supposed to collect or is entitled to from a farm manager, Gen Trust. Neither do we know how the 80% benefit was calculated or how much the 80% was based on. What then is the 20% also being based on? Even worse, some people have not been paid. You call the office, what they tell you is that they've been asked to suspend payment. And within 3 days, they push something small in your account, telling you that they have paid you your money with all the interest and that they finished with you. Indeed, that is so callous. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, at our level, and the sacrifices we made to push Ghana this far. We deserve to know how much SNIT and the NPRA handed over to GenTrust for each of us as our benefits. Can we comfortably state at this point that the regulator, which is the NPRA, has failed to do its work and must be held responsible for this terrible and woeful situation we find ourselves in? For how long should we continue to be paupers, asking for support every day? Is it a crime to work at GBC? It looks as if a lot of things are going on at the blind side of government, especially the president, His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. According to our sources, officials of the NPRA believe the scheme will fail one day because the trustees are said to be political appointees who are having no experience. GenTrust is also trying to blame another fund manager for the mess we find ourselves in. Fellow media men and women, SNIT itself is reported to have said that by 2037, the scheme will not function well. Is that not frightening? What kind of future do we have as young practitioners? Is this not because of bad investment which SNIT is going into? Who is responsible for such investments as SNIT? What kind of investments are they making? Are they making losses or they are making profit? For which reason they are shortchanging some of us? It is on record that our employer, GBC, paid our SNIT contributions for the first 5 years after the program or the scheme was implemented. The question is, how much was paid into the fund and how much interest was accrued? How much did SNIT give to NPRA and how much did NPRA also give to GenTrust to manage on our behalf? To recap, from January 2010 to December 2018, 5% plus 13.5% was paid to SNIT. What happened to these contributions? We are also reliably informed that from January 2010 to 2018, contributions were not paid to SNIT by the Controller and Accountant General's Department. Can you imagine this? As a result, the Director General of SNIT wrote to the Accountant General to answer why the monies were not paid. In his reply to SNIT, the Controller stated that they will pay the deposit with interest. We would like to ask, when will this be done and when will this be factored into our contributions? A technical committee set up by government to look into the deep shortchange completed its work long ago. When will government work on the recommendations and pay us what we contributed ourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, it is our own personal contribution. It's not government. In any case, is Parliament aware of this serious development? Is the Trade Unions Congress, TUC, under Dr. Anthony Ban aware? Is Yoko aware? Is National Security also aware? Is the CID aware? Is the Chief of Staff at the Presidency aware? And is the National Peace Council aware? Is our own Information Minister aware? And is our National Media Commission also aware? If they are, what have they been doing to address the situation for us?